When we think about the strangest zodiac signs, Taurus usually doesn't make the list. Aquarius steals the crown with eccentric behavior. Scorpio hypnotizes us with mystery. Gemini dazzles with chaos. But here's the trap. Taurus doesn't need noise, drama, or spectacle to be strange. Their weirdness is subtle, silent, and far more unsettling. While others rush toward change, Taurus stays firm. While the world screams, Taurus watches. While others hesitate, Taurus has already decided. People call them slow. People call them boring. But the truth? Taurus is a living contradiction. A spiritual soul who loves material comfort. An introvert who can light up the room when they want. A mystery wrapped in routine. They might go unnoticed until they reveal their true nature. And then, you realize, no one is quite like them. Today, we'll uncover 5 reasons why Taurus is, without a doubt, the strangest sign of the zodiac. Have you ever met a Taurus and thought they were simple, until suddenly they weren't? Stay with me. You're about to see why. 1. Spiritual souls with a love for comfort. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, pleasure, and values. That means their connection to the physical world is strong, almost unshakable. They love comfort, good food, soft textures, the smell of fresh coffee, the weight of fine fabrics. For Taurus, life is meant to be enjoyed with all 5 senses. They don't just live, they savor. But here's where it gets strange. Alongside this love for material pleasures, Taurus can also be profoundly spiritual. They're the ones meditating in a quiet room filled with candles. They're the ones who feel divine energy when walking barefoot on grass. They're the ones who hear the universe speak through the sound of rain. And they see no contradiction. For them, the soul is found in the details, in the taste of honey, in the light of a sunset, in the silence of nature. It can be confusing for outsiders. How can someone love both luxury and spirituality? How can the same person spend the morning shopping for a handcrafted wooden table and the evening practicing yoga under the stars? But that's Taurus. Their materialism doesn't compete with their spirituality, it feeds it. They want both the earth beneath their feet and the stars above their head. Strange, right? And yet, it's what makes them so unforgettable. 2. Gentle guardians who can turn cold. Meet Taurus in daily life, and you'll probably describe them as calm, patient, and warm-hearted. They're steady companions. They soothe tension. They protect peace. Taurus is often the one who listens without judgment, who comforts without asking for anything in return. They're sweet by nature, affectionate with those they love, and often avoid unnecessary conflict. But here's the catch. Their patience has limits. Push too far, and you'll discover a very different side of them. Unlike Aries, they don't explode in fiery anger. Unlike Scorpio, they don't scheme in the shadows. When Taurus is done, they simply switch off. They grow cold. They become distant. And their silence can be louder than any shout. It's not impulsive. It's not dramatic. It's calculated. A clear boundary has been crossed, and once that happens, Taurus doesn't feel guilt about cutting ties. For them, enduring for so long is already proof of love. If they walk away, it means they've given too many chances already. Have you ever seen someone go from the sweetest friend to the coldest stranger overnight? That's Taurus. They won't chase, they won't explain, they won't plead. Respect is not requested, it is required. And if you don't give it, you're simply erased from their world. Sweet, yes. But beneath the tenderness lies a quiet protector who will not hesitate to defend their dignity. And that shift is one of the strangest, most unsettling traits of Taurus. 3. Independent routine lovers. For Taurus, routine is not boring, it's sacred. They love stability. Waking up at the same time, enjoying their favorite breakfast, following a familiar schedule. Repetition gives them peace, because in predictability they find freedom. Other signs might call it monotony. For Taurus, it's harmony. But here's where it gets weird. As much as they thrive in structure, they absolutely hate being controlled. Suggest a better way to do things, even if it's nearly identical to what they already do, and you'll see Taurus resist instantly. Why? Because their routine only feels safe when they choose it. Their independence is non-negotiable. A Taurus can follow a strict pattern for years, but if you tell them to do the same thing, they'll rebel, not because it's a bad idea, but because it wasn't theirs. Doesn't that sound contradictory? It is, but it's also pure Taurus logic. For them, Discipline is about autonomy, not authority. They need to feel in control of their world. And if you try to take that control, even gently, they'll push back. So yes, Taurus loves tradition. Yes, Taurus follows routine. But never mistake that for submission. If you're a Taurus watching this right now, type Taurus in the comments to let everyone know. Do you recognize yourself in this? 4. Social chameleons in disguise. At first glance, Taurus looks like a homebody. Quiet, calm, maybe even shy. They love solitude, cozy spaces, long evenings with a book, their favorite show, or their pet by their side. Their personal space is sacred, and anyone who intrudes without permission will see how quickly Taurus shuts down. But here's the paradox. Put Taurus in the right setting, with people they trust, and they transform. Suddenly, that quiet bull becomes witty, magnetic, and surprisingly social. They might not be the loudest person in the room, but they'll deliver the perfectly timed comment that makes everyone laugh. They might not seek the spotlight, but they can host a dinner party that feels magical. It's like they have a switch. When it's on, they glow. When it's off, nothing can convince them to stay. Doesn't it confuse you? How can someone be both introverted and magnetic at the same time? That's Taurus. They balance the public and private with a rhythm only they understand. And it leaves people guessing. Some call them distant. Others call them charming. The truth is, they're both. And that duality makes them one of the most unpredictable social signs of all. 5. Stubborn beyond logic. If one word defines Taurus, it's stubbornness. Once they've made up their mind, moving them is like trying to move a mountain. It doesn't matter how logical your arguments are. It doesn't matter how many facts you present. Taurus doesn't budge. And here's the strangest part. They often know they're being unreasonable. They might even admit it. I know it doesn't make sense, but this is how I do it. That's the end of the conversation. No debate. No persuasion. For Taurus, changing their mind isn't just about accepting new information. It feels like betraying themselves. They would rather be wrong on their own terms than right, because someone else told them so. Yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, it can feel illogical. But there's a hidden wisdom in their stubbornness. Because while other signs are swayed by trends, peer pressure, or sudden impulses, Taurus stays steady. They are grounded, reliable, and consistent. Would you fight a mountain to move it? That's exactly what it feels like to argue with Taurus. And strangely enough, that immovable quality is part of their magic. Closing, the quiet strangeness that lasts. Taurus doesn't scream to be noticed. They don't act out to prove they're different. Their strangeness is quieter, deeper, harder to define. They draw you in with calm. They confuse you with contradictions. They surprise you with hidden strength. Sweet yet cold. Materialistic yet spiritual. Private yet magnetic. Logical yet stubborn beyond reason. Taurus is a living paradox. Simple on the surface, complex beneath. And that complexity is exactly what makes them unforgettable. So, do you have a Taurus in your life? Have you seen their contradictions up close? Tell us your story in the comments. I want to know how the Taurus in your world has surprised you. And if this deep dive into the mystery of Taurus resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Because every zodiac sign has a secret. And Taurus? Taurus just might be the strangest of them all.